So I just put my head down and proper went for it. And then looking back at the clock, I was just like so bizarre. Looking up and seeing that world record, it was just kind of unbelievable. I just thought I was around that marker. I didn't think I was under it, and under it by 2 seconds. It was just kind of such a great moment.
At last year's Beijing Olympics, Britain's Rebecca Adlington broke the longest standing world record in swimming. In the 800 metres freestyle, the 19-year-old smashed Janet Evans's 1989 mark by over 2 seconds. A sensational Olympic debut saw the teenager also claim gold in the 400 metres freestyle.
As soon as we went into the Olympics, everyone was just kind of like, wow, it was just kind of like a massive, massive theme park without the rides. It was just a bit bizarre, to be honest, but I think everybody just loved it. Like, I loved the whole experience of seeing other sports, having different sports there, having such a big kind of village. I really liked that. I kind of loved the whole thing, and I wish every competition was like the Olympics now, but I guess you only have to wait every 4 years for that.
Rebecca's success was the result of years of hard work. She spends 4 hours in the pool every day except Sunday, covering around 80 kilometres a week. On top of that, there's the intensive gym work and the daily 4-mile runs.
If you don't do kind of 10 sessions a week at the level that we're doing it at, it's kind of, you won't really get anywhere with it, and that's the sad thing. It's not like you can just do like a session a day. You have to do so much more, and it's just the amount of work you have to do now, because swimming's just moved on so much. It's progressed so much in the past 10 years. Just at this Olympics, like, so many world records are broken, and they've been broken all the time, that you just kind of got to move with it, and that's kind of the sacrifice you have to pay, really.
Rebecca's sessions are spent at a council-funded community swimming pool in Nottingham, where she trains with her club Nova Centurion. Her long-time mentor, Bill Furness, has been a coach at the club for 25 years. In that time, he's produced a number of Olympic swimmers, but none quite like Rebecca.
Any Olympic swimmer is a special swimmer, you know, and to become an Olympian is a tremendous achievement, but a fraction of those actually go on to win medals, and to actually win an Olympics is just awesome, particularly in swimming, because it's such a competitive sport. To win 2, to break a world record, and a world record that stood for 19 years, obviously she's a bit special. So even compared to my other Olympians, she's head and shoulders above that.
It's clear there's a huge amount of respect here between athlete and coach. Countless hours spent training together has not diluted this feeling. If anything, it's enhanced it.
My swim at Olympics was 50% Bill, 50% myself. I think that with everything, kind of, I wouldn't be where I am without Bill. I know straight away as soon as I get in the pool what Bill wants from me, and same with Bill. Bill knows kind of what I want from the session and does it, and we just have so much respect for each other, and nobody kind of knows me better than Bill does. I always say he's like my second dad now.
Whatever happens in the next 4 years, no one could take away from Rebecca the fact that she's a double Olympic champion and a world record holder, and it was particularly satisfying because nobody deserves it better. You know, she's worked so hard for it, and very few people take it better.
Adlington's first gold in the 400 metres freestyle was in an event she wasn't even expected to get close to winning. Followed up success with victory in her favoured event, the 800 metre style. Not for 19 years had anyone bettered Janet Evans's mark.
It was so nice that the hard work had finally paid off, and it's one of those things that you train for like 6 or 7 years for a swim that lasts 8 minutes and 15 seconds, and it's like, why put 7 years into that long? But that's kind of what we do, and it was such a brilliant moment that the kind of hard work paid off. And meeting Janet Evans as well, I met her a couple of days later, and she was so lovely. You don't really know what to expect, and yet she was so nice, and she was just like, thank God someone broke And I was like, oh, that's lovely.
I mean, that record had stood for 19 years and people said it would never be broken, the longest standing world record in swimming, and she destroyed it. And the way she swam the race, she destroyed the opposition. She won the thing by 6 seconds. So I think it was right up there with the performances of Phelps and Spitz and some world greats in the history of swimming. And I know I'm biased, but I really do think so.
Rebecca's gold medals were the perfect start to what turned out to be Great Britain's most successful Olympic Games for 100 years. 19 golds were won in a 47-medal haul for Team GB.
As soon as we landed, we were looking out the window going, why is all these people here? And it was just kind of so bizarre, and it was just such a brilliant moment. And I can remember Chris getting his phone out and taking photos of the press, taking photos of him, and he was just taking photos, and I was just... It was unbelievable, like the whole press conference and everything after the Games.
Adlington herself had gone from an unknown English teenager to a household name. When she returned to her hometown of Mansfield, 15,000 people turned up to welcome her. She was honoured with an open-top bus ride through the town.
I think the hardest bit is kind of going from Miss Nobody, as everyone keeps saying, to kind of overnight, kind of instant, which is the hardest point for me, I think. It's definitely nice. I really like meeting new people, and if somebody does come up and kind of, if I'm in Sainsbury's and they recognise me or something, it's always really nice. No one's kind of ever had to go or anything like that. They've just kind of stopped and go, well done, it's really nice to see you, keep going, all the best for the future, and then kind of that's it.
Rebecca has since moved out of the family home and now lives in Nottingham. She shares a house in the East Midlands city, which is just a 30-minute drive from Mansfield, with her boyfriend Andy Mayer, himself a professional swimmer. Andy has moved down from his native Scotland and now trains together with Rebecca under the guidance of Furness.
She's world class, she's breaking world records, and she's not the finished product. You know, I mean, she's obviously very close to it, but she's only 19, she will get stronger, she will get even tougher in races, her race experience will improve, and, you know, potentially she can do whatever she wants.
Looking ahead, there are the World Championships in July later this year and the Commonwealth Games in India in 2010. But the most significant goal on the horizon, especially for any British athlete, is the London Olympics in 2012.
And I'm just looking forward to kind of having the chance to go to a home Olympics. Not many people can say they've been to a home Olympics, so I just would really love that honour more than anything else, and I'm really excited about it, and I think everybody in Britain at the minute is excited for it. It's just going to be an unbelievable Games.
Rebecca Adlington will be aiming to emulate her Beijing achievements in front of an adoring home crowd. A repeat performance would see her join an exclusive list